Going on, fellas? This is Jeff at Filtered Up. It's getting that time of year. We're going to service a couple mowers today, do a couple oil changes. I've got a 23 or 24 Spartan. It's a RZ. It's got a Kawasaki FR691V on it. And I've got a older tractor type. It's a ride-on Cub Cadet. What is that? LTX 1050 KW. They both got the 691Vs on them. Change the oil in these things, fellas. If I don't know if you bought one, but they're not $2,000 anymore. So keep them up. I'm gonna set these things up and we're gonna change oil in them real quick, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do it and how to reset the lights on the mowers. All right, here's these two mowers that I have. This is a 23, I believe, Spartan. It's a RZ model. It's here's where the oil drain is. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. They've done it all right. Pretty easy to maintain and service. Oil filter, drain plug. This one here is obviously a tractor type. It's right here. They give you a little, whenever you buy these, or when I bought this one, they give you a little clear tube, but I don't know what I did with it. But this one right here, you just turn that and it should drain the oil out. We're just gonna try to catch it best we can. If we don't, we'll just clean it up. But we'll probably won't say we did. So anyway, let me set this up and I'll show y'all what we're gonna do. Yeah, this right here is pretty much hand tight. You just, I just took both of my hands, had to set this down. I mean, it's pretty easy, pretty gravy. Anybody should, I'd recommend you changing your own oil. I mean, these things, the oil for these things or what they recommend is 2050 Kawasaki oil, and that stuff is probably $12 a quart. So by the time you pay the $12, you can take your cap off, make it flow faster, or at least they say you can. But the oil is about, well, I give $10.99 a quart, and the filters are like $14. And by the time you pay all that, and then you pay somebody to do it, it won't take long to have $100 in a lawnmower oil change. So I'd recommend doing it yourself. And as for this one here, I've got this apparatus set up here. This is supposed to be a little tube that goes with these to help you, but I never had any luck with them. I just do this and take you a long screwdriver, and it should turn fairly easy. It may be stopped up, may not be. There we go. You can just set it up however you can set it up. I mean, if you're gonna leak it, leak it. If not, I mean, I just do them like this and let them run for a while. And well, see, and you ain't gonna, they give you that little hose that you're supposed to use. But anyway, use it if you want to. Maybe I wouldn't be spilling this crap everywhere. Anyway. You can just let them set I let it set for a while. Pull your cap off, let it drain a little better. And I just date these oil filters whenever I do them. I'll date them for the year because I just do it once a year. And that's how I do these oil changes. If you specs on these is probably, I think it's 1.8 quarts per engine. Yeah, I'm actually not 100% on how much oil goes in them. I think it's 1.8 quarts. I bought 4, so I just put a quart in them, or a quart and a half in each one of them, and check them, and then we go from there. I'll bring y'all back here in a second when these things get done draining and I get these filters filled out. All right, here's the tools I use to do my filter swap. I've just got one of these kind of filter wrenches, and anyway, it's what I use. I mean, I'm sure somebody's got something better. Yeah, actually, I broke it loose on camera, and I think what I'm going to do is end up with oil all over everything because I don't see a way to capture when this falls. I'll just have to brake clean it off maybe. Like I said, this is a 20-hour change, so it's probably it would have probably been fine, because I'm just going by the guys that sold this thing to me, what they told me to do. It's funny because this same engine that over there has got in it, and that one over there was recommended at 50 hours. This one was recommended at 20 hours. So I don't know if it's the Spartan versus the Cub Cadet, but either way, they're the exact same motor, and they both recommended different times to change the fluids. But anyway, we're going to do them both. We do them as they tell us to do them, to cover this on the warranties. But anyway. Alright, there's that one. And when you put these things on here, you don't use the wrench to put them on, as everybody should know. If you do any of your oil changes, you should watch enough YouTube to know you ain't got to smoke these things to get them good. All right, there's two. Now, what you want to do with your filters, everybody should know, just lube up your little O-ring there. Take your little bit of your oil down here in your little catch pan. This is pretty new oil. This is, like I said, 20-hour oil. I don't think it's got 20 hours on it yet. It's probably like 18. It really don't need to be changed, but they recommend you do it after 20 hours, and I'm going to do what they say. I did have to unhook that little sensor, whatever it is. I think it's an oil pressure switch or something. It keeps it from, probably shuts it down if it don't see oil pressure. You just screw this thing on here, get it tight, plug this back up, because it got in the way of my wrench and I didn't want to break nothing. Alright, there's that one. I gotta tighten up the drain plug. Here's the other oil filter. It's the exact same. It can come off of them. Just get you a little bit of your oil, put it around the seal. Always double check, make sure your seals aren't stuck to the oil filter bases. And I'd always look at them, make sure there isn't some kind of plastic film on them. I mean, these are in pretty good shape. Really, I don't ever use this little mower. I just more or less keep it around for the motor, because that's one of the reasons why I bought that other one with that motor, because I can't have downtime with a lawnmower. And with these two motors being the exact same, you know, hopefully nothing will ever happen, but if that motor decides to kick out on that zero turn, all I gotta do is take a couple hours and change it out. But anyway, that's the oil change on these. I'll go ahead and add the oil so y'all can see that I did put the oil in them. This is the recommended oil for these Kawasaki engines. It's going to be a Kawasaki oil 2050. And I'll pull the hours up on the meter on the mower here in just a second and let y'all see the hour meter on it. And I've got to reset the oil light on this one. I said lights in the intro on this video, but that Cub Cadet's not going to have a light. It don't care. But like I said, both of these mowers have been they're my personal mowers, so they're going to get serviced every year. Maybe even more than every year. It depends on how much I use them. You know, I've had this one for about a month, and I've already put 20 hours on it. I mean, this is not the only yard I mow, but I wished it was. I'm kind of regretting taking on any yards, but you know, you live and learn. Oop. Spilling oil everywhere. We'll check it right there. We'll see where we're at. So clean you can't even see really where it is, but it's right there on the line. We're gonna call that one good for a few minutes, and then we're gonna add some more to this one, and then we'll come back to that one once everything kind of settles. You know, they sell a kit for these engines too. It's spark plug, filter, fuel filter, the whole nine. It's like $100. But kind of takes the guesswork out of all of it. I mean, you know, they recommend. They always recommend that. They want you to buy that $100 kit. Let's go back and check this one, see where we're at. See right there, it's pretty good. Pretty well on the full mark. I'll say this one's good as far as filling it up. This one over here should be pretty close. Wipe that off. All right, according to the manual here, all you got to do is put in your little code. And you get a green light here, hit your wrench right there, and then just hold that down until it resets. There we go. Change oil in 100 hours. Well, there y'all go. There's the oil changes on these two 691Vs. That mower is a 15. This is a 23, I think. The engines are exactly the same. So, and I don't know how long these Kawasaki's have been around. Well, they've been around a long time, but I don't know how long this generation has been here. But exact same filters, exact same oil. So, and I don't think you can go wrong with the Kawasaki engine. I highly recommend them. Anyway, thank y'all for watching.